And this is T working. It is professional equipment there. And this is one of our massive holes. That's another one over there. And here's the huge project. Just like most roofs, nobody takes off the shingles. They just keep adding more. So what we have is a crumbly mess here. If you just pick it up, it just crumbles in your hands. It's pretty great. If you pull a little further, we get to see that the roof itself is all decayed. It's pretty great. So we're gonna rip everything off and we're gonna give them a new roof. It's gonna be great. Over here we see another problem arising. We're gonna do it upright. Okay, so what we found was this hole was not a very small hole, and it rotted everything out that was around it, so we ended up removing the entirety of the roof there. And we're not done. The rot's continued, so the only thing that's really holding us up at certain points on this roof when we were standing is the layer upon layers of shingles. Okay, so what we see now is I removed pretty much everything that's rotted, and this decking here isn't in bad condition. Might remove one more board there. This here isn't attached well, so I'll be reattaching that part. This here is it's got some, it's in need of some structural support. You can see that this 2x4 is not well attached, and this guy over here, he's hanging on to nothing. It just needs some serious work. There's some flashing issues for the gutters. Over here, this is where it's pretty bad. In this trough here, you can see that it's broken. It's broken. It's going to allow water to come right in. You see the breaks there. It's not doing its job. And then at the bottom here, there's a nice size hole where it's basically funneling all of the water. All the water's coming down off this roof and funneling it right into the inside of the building, which is a real bummer. This whole section needs to be removed, and the roof needs to be redone. You can see some shingles missing there. I don't know how bad it's going to get once I rip the shingles off, but we will find out. Okay, so last night we kind of stopped recording because you can only have so much light. As I removed the shingles and the roofing from this side, I noticed the same rot had occurred. As you can see, the wood's just breaking apart. There's nothing holding it together, so it had to be removed and replaced. If done correctly, at a point where I'd really like to replace all of this, but we have a budget, we have to stick to it. The insulation is riddled with mold, so that also had to be removed. I'll be replacing that insulation as well. That insulation really wasn't doing a whole lot. It's soaked. You can see it here. It's soaked and it's compressed. So it really wasn't doing anything other than being a haven for mold. Looking forward to taking up this side today, and I'm certain that we will find a similar thing going on. Okay, so this is the other side. There was a tremendous amount of water damage to this side of the roof as well, so I removed all of the damaged boards just like the first side. There's a little bit more damage right in here to these boards, so I'll be cutting it back to the closest ceiling joist and then a rafter, and replacing that section as well. I'll be using that hole that I cut to insulate the roof. As you can see, there's no insulation. There were multiple nests, and that chewed up what little insulation was in there. Raccoons and squirrels and such. This is me tossing the insulation I'll be using. Only the best. This is an R30. It's attic insulation. It's the best you can do. So, only the best. So we're going to give them an extremely warm room instead of an extremely cold room. And that's where we're at so far. We had a little drizzle last night, but luckily it didn't rain very much, and it's fine. As you can see, yesterday I finished all of the insulation, which was a huge pain in the butt because I had to crawl on my belly underneath there to get that whole thing filled, and so that I didn't fall through the ceiling. Right there, that's an R30, and that is attic insulation. That is the best of its kind. Okay, as you can see, we got all the plywood on, and we got a brand new roof here, structurally. And now it's just a matter of flashing everything, and then starting with our tar paper after the flashing's done. Before we flash, I'm going to reattach the gutters because they're sagging in places and they need some work. So that's next. And it's been a very cold morning, but as you can see, I resecured the gutters and I got all the flashing in. I flashed all the gutters because there was a lot of evidence that the gutters were failing, and I added a bunch of new straps down here to hold the gutters better in place. So it's all ready for the tar paper. We are tar papering. Yay. Okay, so yesterday I got the flashing in here, and I got started on this roof. Almost halfway done here, and today I plan on finishing up the other side. It's just a matter of busting ass. Well, this thing records pretty well in the dark. Anyway, here is our completed roof. I'm very excited to have it done. It is 9 o'clock at night, approximately, and I am beat. That is 13 plus hours of work today. Yeah. Well, you can't see all of it, but I'm telling you it's there. Here, wait. I got me an idea. There we go. There's the roof. A completed roof. I'm going to come back to add some J-channel and to do a little tarring. Not because I need to, just to re-secure a little bit more, to overkill it. It's our luxurious extension cord. And yeah, it's awesome. Pretty happy with it. And there she be.